Good morning, folks. It's the story of the wonderful people of Meat Cove in northern Cape Breton Island and the Tory wolves. Ugh, terrible Tories. Put it mildly. There's a pothole, and they're wonderful. Meat Cove is the land of Bullwinkle. More on that after. Anyway, way up in northern Cape Breton, there's wonderful people at Cape North, Bay St. Lawrence, Meat Cove. And they are the best of the best. You can't beat Cape Bretoners. And what did Auld McMaster do the other day? And that Minister of Highways and Terrible Timothy? They spent, get this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million plus dollars on a trail somewhere along the coast, a rugged trail. And there's a tall, distinguished gentleman in the community of Meat Cove, tall like Friendly Giant, wonderful guy. And they took his picture. He was in a pothole. Well, I'm told a pothole on the road in the Meat Cove was so deep that he looked like a little boy. He looked like a little boy, maybe 7, 8 years old. And this is a tall, distinguished gentleman. And the pothole was so deep. And so the good people got out and they protested. They got their signs out and they protested. And they said words I can't say, but I felt it. For years and years they've been driving over potholes. And the potholes progressively got bigger and bigger and bigger. Look, if you're tire whining, I'm told, you would have to phone a tractor or something like that to tree farmer, big truck to haul, tow truck to haul the truck out of the pothole. They're big potholes. Big. This is big. So they spent 6 million plus on a trail along the top of the cliff. And the good people of Meat Cove that live there all year long have to endure terrible potholes. Terrible Timothy, Auld McMaster. Terrible. By the way, I said I was going to talk about Bullwinkle too. Bullwinkle. How did Meat Cove get its name? Years ago, in the days of wooden ships, seafarers would stop at Meat Cove and get themselves a moose. And it was known as Meat Cove. At the top of beautiful Cape Breton Island, you get a moose to go with the dried beans and pork to be protein with the supper. And they used to say in the ship, the captain would give them bean, or the guy in the galley, the cook in the galley, would give them the beans for supper, and they complained we're getting beans every night. And he said, boys, if you don't eat it for supper, you'll eat it for breakfast. So the captain would come ashore at Meat Cove, as close to get to the coast, and sends the guys out in rowboats, and they'd get themselves a moose. So Bullwinkle was often, and moose meat, let me tell you, was some of the finest meat I've often eaten, some of the finest meat you can get. Moose meat, and you can't beat the Cape Breton moose, and you can't beat Cape Bretoners. But what an insult! No wonder the people are out there protesting with stuff on their sign. They 6 million plus given for trails, and the poor people in Meat Cove, the great deserving people in Meat Cove, suffering, long neglected, suffering big potholes. Tell you, so big. I'm told a 6 foot plus gentleman was in the. And somebody took his picture. The pothole was so deep, like a sinkhole, you may as well say. He looked like he was a little boy, maybe 7 or 8 years old, in grade 3 or 4. With that, I got to go. Wish you all the best. God bless. Thank you very much. Bye for now.